Okay, we are underway. Happy Saturday evening, everybody, into the storm. Creepers and checking out a van tonight. It's basically going to be an open chat this evening. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday night. I know it was been a little blustery. We're at the transitional part of the season here, and usually say March into late March, early April, we get into the little bit of windy season that we have here. Same thing holds true for around October. Hello, Shimei. How are you? Dalai Lamas. Nice to see you. The lovely Tammy is here. Jennifer P. What's going on? Looking like a cheerleader, huh? I was working very busy day today. So good to see you, Tammy. Hi, Michael. And welcome to all of you to Saturday night on the Rancho. I hope everybody's having a good day. I spent part of my day today. I'm really jealous of Shimei. She already has her van, and I'm going around and taking some time and looking at some vans in the area. And hello, Mermaid. How are you? B. Calloway, I've been gone quite a while. Don't even remember you. So flip flops, hello flip flops and sunsets. Good to see you. It's been a while. It's probably been about a month or so since I checked out a van, and I'll tell you, it's pretty damn slim pickings out there right now. Oh well, thank you, Tammy, thank you, sweetheart. My World in OKC, and make sure you sub her up. She's a fine crafter and gets it done out there. So Tammy, feel free to drop your channel link. Well, thank you, honey. Just a little easier for me to deal with the long hair. Hello, Sunny girl. Good to see you tonight. I hope that you are doing well. We will come up to the 5 minute mark. You will see some buffering occur on Streamlabs here. Don't ask me why it does it. I don't know. I feel like getting in my car and driving down to Streamlabs headquarters and say, hey, instead of making all these crazy innovations for your product, why don't you just fix the simple shit, okay? Congrats on your van. Yeah, she's got a great van. I'm very happy for her. How you doing, Smelly Cat? Good to see you. And I think Shimei has certainly earned that. And I think that she is excited by van travel. I think she's excited by the prospect of being on the road and exploring this country as a nomad. So I'm looking forward to what she does. Hello, Derveet. Even doing a giveaway night now. They're giveaway right now. So check out My World in OKC. Okay, so check her out. She's very talented. She's also one of the most giving people that I've ever met in this community. She does Christmas stuff for seniors, and I don't mean just giving them a pat on the back and a candy cane. I mean, she does some real stuff by putting together packages and care packages for them at some of the senior homes. She's got a lot of heart, and she's somebody I really admire. Hello, Stony Jenkins. How are you? Jay Holly in the chat. And there's Elmer. Hello, Chrissy. How are you? Good to see you tonight. So, the Raging Nomad. See, yeah, I would say the someone Shimei from the mean streets of Lawrenceville, New Jersey, out there on the open road, and she's also an institution and a fixture in Camo Dave's chat. Camo Dave is a friend of mine. He covers me from time to time. I'm not a nomad in the strict sense of the word. I haven't been in 2020 due to the pandemic, but I'm going to be a lot more nomadic in this year, 2021. So I think you can expect to see some more of my adventures over there. Drinking an apple cider. Well, this is interesting in this season. I used to live in Oklahoma City, moved in 2016. Tammy's giving away some carbs here, so give away into so you're going to be tucking into some carbs, as my friends in Hong Kong used to say. Yeah, thumbs up are appreciated if you're coming into the chat. I did have a chance to look at a van today, and I'm in a bad situation here. Why? Because, well, I like more comfort than I have in my van now. My van's paid off. That's a good thing. I don't have that hanging over me. But with the pandemic and the upswing of people wanting to get away from cities and places like that, there's been an overwhelming demand for RVs and for any kind of getaway vehicles that have some of the comforts of home, which vans do. Now, that may temper a bit. We know last I checked, gasoline prices were around $63, $64 a barrel. For West Texas Intermediate, I filled up today at I think 3.59 a gallon here. If we start pushing up towards 70, we'll be looking at $4 a gallon. That's going to put a significant crimp into the RV community. Will it be my gateway for getting something better? I don't know, but right now I'm seeing a lot of clapped out, ragged out vehicles that need a lot of work that likely won't pass California's smog emissions. And I'm just like, thanks, but no thanks. We're at the 5 minute mark. If you see buffering, just refresh your connection. It should pull you through. Okay. We should all be used to that. What have I been? 3 years, 3.5 years on Streamlabs and all that. So, hey, Guido, how you doing? Apple cider beer. It's cold here. Okay. I was going to say, hey, Bronson, how you doing? I was going to say I normally associate apple cider, the best stuff, with September and October, right around Halloween time, and I've always I kind of like to taste the apple cider, and I could certainly enjoy getting a little shit faced on apple cider, the hard variety there. That would be good. The pandemic, Stony Jenkins, has caused a lot of changes. They may be unwinding now. Higher gasoline prices are going to wreak havoc if they continue trending the way that they are. My concern is inflation is ticking up here because of the violent increase in the money supply engineered by the Federal Reserve and the United States Treasury. It's expanded, I think, 50% the money supply in a year. That money's got to go into somewhere. We know a lot of it went into stocks. Good luck with that. And we can see inflation kicking in food, restaurants, the cost of things, gasoline, the cost of things in general. And I'm hearing a lot of people start to complain about the cost of living is starting to get beyond their grasp now. Yeah, Amanda says little rascal is very cute. Yeah, but it's not comfortable. If I get any kind of place that it's chilly outside, then I don't have any insulation on the inside. And it's not so much the cold, but you'll have a lot of condensation builds up and drips down. Not a very nice thing when you're sleeping to have that occur. And you really can't sit up inside of it because I've raised the inside to be able to have under storage. I like the van. But only a couple of years later, I really finally hit me. These are made for in town, hence the ProMaster City, the Dodge Ram ProMaster City. They're made for inner city use, not inner city, but city use for short haul, where they're taking maybe a single electrician, a plumber, painter, something like that. That's the ideal vehicles for them. So gas is horrible. It's probably going to get more horrible. I may keep this van. I may never get anything. I don't know because one thing I enjoy is that 30 miles to the gallon. Right? I mean, I can get down to Vegas no problem at all. I can get to LA. I can do my traveling, and it doesn't burn a lot of fuel. It's a very light vehicle. It handles like a manhole cover in the wind. It's crazy, but it's a nice vehicle. Am I still doing keto? I'm watching what I eat. Tonight I had a few turkey dogs with a salad. I didn't have any bread or anything like that. And for breakfast, I basically had 2 pieces of Ezekiel bread with a little bit of peanut butter on them. So I'm continuing to do that. Even boots me out something. Streamlabs sucks. Since it's so much free money, they need extra. Exactly. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell Little Rascal. It's paid off now. I may just use it as it was intended, just for local daily transportation. The other thing, I can't really haul anybody around. It's only got a 2-seater. Okay. And sometimes that works in your favor because everybody, hey, who's going to drive? Well, I only got 2 seats in my van, so that knocks me out. So that saves me gas money every Oh, we'll take Janet's car. We'll take the truck, right? I kind of like that. Hi, Penny Pincher. It's a very stealthy van. I still believe the conversion vans are still pretty stealthy. It's only when you start getting into the high top camper vans and into the Class C's, the Class A's, the bumper pulls, the fifth wheels, the vehicles like that, that you start to really become a spectacle on the street. And we all know one of the beauties of boondocking is you're saving a lot of money on putting yourself up in a hotel, but you're also police. You're also at risk for that 3 or 4 a.m. knock on, and it always comes between 3 and 5 a.m. The cops showing up. Hello, Craig. How are you? Sonny said gas is 235 to 245. It never got lower than 329 a gallon. We're up to 359 a gallon. I think we'll probably see 370 next week. I don't do keto all the time. Keto is a very nice book to have in your toolbox. Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't want to be skinny. I like to be very filled out, right? I like to be very full figured. So, I am really very happy where I am. Um, my title of tonight's hangout, guys, is called "Into the Storm" for a reason. Because tomorrow I'm going into the storm. Probably one solid week of the boss kicking my ass around and yelling, and everything else is going to be right into the storm, right? I'm sure I'm going to be shedding some tears, a little bit of yelling, a little bit of stamping my feet and threatening to walk out on the boss. But we'll get it done. But it's going to be a very demanding week. I'm going to bring you as much of that content as possible. It should be interesting to see how we do laminate on the staircase and also on the whole lower level. So we've got a lot of work. How you doing, Bobo? How are you? Yeah, it does pay off, Liz. Hello, Joey D. How are you? The stalker's driving by your home. Well, I'm going to get into that in a couple minutes. I just want to cover off a few things. How you doing, MJ? Good to see you. Am I thinking about getting a Class B camper van? You know, if I could get a Road Trek, oh, wouldn't that be nice? A 190, a 200, a 210. You know, Mr. X, my friend in Chicago, got such a great deal on a 210 that I don't think I think the person died that owned it, and the family just put a for sale sign on it, and they sold it for a just a ridiculously low price. But Mr. X is very lucky that way. When there's a deal, he doesn't worry about where I'm going to park it or you know, how am I going to finagle, because his whole property is covered with vehicles, right? He doesn't care. If it's a good deal, grab it. Okay, and he got a great deal. Would I love to have a Road Trek? Yeah, it's an ideal travel vehicle. It doesn't have the super high top like the Coachman camper vans and things like that. So you still have just enough stealth to get through, but it's a very comfortable vehicle. But they're mucho precio right now. They're very, very expensive. Stalkers are no joke. So there you go, Jero. That's what I'm thinking about getting. So how you doing, Charlie Brown? I'm very interested to see how you do the laminals, because I have 7 steps that I need, and I'm not paying anybody too much money. It's ridiculous when you bring somebody into. It's one thing to do a floor; it's another thing to do a staircase. Okay, you're talking about high dollar work there. Okay, because it's precision. You can chew through a lot of material screwing it up. All right, yeah. Nosing, if you don't fit it right, you know, you got all kinds of dynamics. It takes a lot of wear and tear steps. So. It's going to be the worst part of the project. How you doing, Cobra John? You ever thought about doing tractor trailer driver? You know, I'm kind of interested in that, but I'm embarrassed. Last night was a total freak out for me on the road. Those of you who were on the last hour of my hangout last night, and thank you for being there, will know that I almost went into a freaking frenzy when we had some downpours. And I'm not a spring chicken. Okay, when the roadways get a little wet and the lane markers disappear, in this town it's a free-for-all. All right, it's like Grand Prix racing. There are no lanes. All right, and I've destroyed a lot of tires and things. And thank you, Craig sent me some curb feelers, which I will install. But I thought at one time about being a team driver because I'm a very team truck driver because I know I could do it. I know I could handle the rig. I've never had a really serious accident in my life. I don't have any points on my license. I don't have any D, DUIs, no moving violations, anything like that. Okay. But, and I'm a gregarious person. I like to hang out with somebody. It makes the time go fast. But then I thought, team driving, somebody's going to be sleeping while you're driving, right? It's okay if I'm driving at daytime, but nighttime, forget about it. So I kind of thought better for that. I thought, honestly, I kind of thought to myself, at what freaking point do I retire? 80, 90? I don't know. At what point do you start to, I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of you are as old as I am. There comes a point in your life, up until a certain point of your life, you think to yourself, yeah, I could probably start a restaurant. I could have a bar. I could be a over the road driver, right? I might be trained up. I might go back to college first. I might become a lawyer, right? Or a doctor. But there comes a certain point, I think, in your life where you realize that dreams like that have to kind of be put aside. And this is my caution to people that insist on what I call frittering away their most productive years and not setting aside things for the future and depending on things like YouTube. Like I'm demonetized at the current time through no fault of my own. Through an acknowledgement of YouTube, we're in a pandemic, so they say, yeah, it might be 3 to 4 weeks. We'll get it squared away. Okay, suppose one day you're just permanently demonetized or whatever, or YouTube goes down the tubes, and you've built your whole money flow and everything off of YouTube. Not a good thing to be in. Okay? This is always, hey Tammy, this has always been my bone of contention where we get that dynamic between what I call rewarding people for content, which is cool. It shouldn't be subject to any other influence. If you enjoyed something, you give a tip on it. If you enjoyed the content, you feel inclined to reward that. But to support for day to day living sustenance bills and things like that. And yeah, I got a big problem with that. I got a big problem because in my mind, I got to protect you from your own stupidity for the future. You may be too blind and too dumb to see down the road that you could be in a very bad place when you reach my age and much worse place. And who in the hell wants to be destitute, living in a shithole when they did things ass backwards? They took their enjoyment in the middle of their life and now they're going to pay a severe price for that. Okay? Big mistake in my opinion. All right, so that's really the way that I feel about that. I've got my ducks in a row. I put my 47 years of work in. Happily. I never moaned. I never complained. What's up, Skunk? How you doing, Nicole? I never moaned. I never complained. For many years, you guys saw the first years I was here on YouTube, the first 6 years or so, every day at 5 a.m., my feet hit the floor. And I was in that kitchen doing a morning chooch in the morning and uploading it and then heading to work. There's something good about being a hard worker. Okay, there's something I think being goal oriented and being able to take care of yourself. And I always fear on platforms like YouTube and social media that you can I don't want to say game the system and enhance your your short term with funds and things like that. And yeah, some people touch the heartstrings, and some people are very blatant with their demands that they be supported on YouTube. But I'll tell you, to go without some nest egg or some type of storehouse of money going into an uncertain future is a really, really bad thing to do. Well, thank you, BB. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. MJ said, thank God all the time for giving a job with a pension. Well, as you said before, MJ, my wonderful friend who stream sniped Chris and I on the Golden Gate Bridge a couple months ago. And you look like you're in your 40s or something, MJ. You look young and you look healthy and you look good, my friend. But you yourself got on here and talked about what it was to be a waste collector in Oakland at 4 a.m. in the morning, right? I mean, yeah, I'm sure you had a few days where you didn't feel like really getting the hell out of bed, but you did it, and now you've earned a reward. What's up, Cheryl? Let's see. I wrote, when you get up out of bed to do a product, whether it be the you've made it. That's right. That's right. And you don't have to feel guilty about coming on to YouTube. You don't have to feel guilty about being an entertainer. You don't have to feel guilty because you have that little devil in your mind that says, man, I got to really be worried about the future and what the hell. Do I really want to live a hand to mouth existence? No, no. And this is the thing I worry about, that people do that. So people like Shimei that have worked their life, that got good jobs, now they can turn their attention to pursuing their dream. And I think that they do it with a lot more joy, with a lot clearer mind, and with a lot clearer expectation that no matter what the hell happens on the road, they're going to be in good shape. They're going to come out of it. Okay, that's a nice place to be. And I don't care what anybody says. I think you get much more satisfaction and much more enjoyment out of just knowing that you have that safety and security. And isn't that the way that life should be? What's up, Coach? How you doing? Hi, Liz. Worked my butt off many years, set for retirement, maintaining current, slightly better lifestyle. That's the way you do it, Lauderdale lady. All right. And that's the way you do it. And I think that's what responsible people do. On the other hand, we do live in the United States, and as years ago I said, when some bad stuff came down on YouTube, we do have the pursuit of happiness guaranteed under our declaration, and ensconced in our Declaration of Independence. Life, what's up, Steve C? Hey, Rick, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And the pursuit of happiness, as I've said years ago, is one of the least discussed principles or rights that's ensconced in the Declaration of Independence. But I think it's the basis of all. If we bear that in mind with the differences we have in society, whoa, this person's male but wants to be female, or this person's female but wants to be male, or this person wants to go off and be a starving artist, or this person wants to go off and try to be a famous writer, or write the great American novel. We do have that counter principle at work in this nation that we do not find. We do not find that. And this was what was so good in my experience of living overseas for many years in China. Because in my mind, too much freedom is the enemy. Okay, not in the way of personal freedom, but it makes it makes the intermediate or the short term attractive to you, whereas the long term can potentially go down the shitter. Okay, and that's concept is foreign in a lot of other countries. It's the expectation as you work. If you don't work, you don't eat. You know what? And you're just not going to get people willy nilly handing you money and giving you that kind of support. Let's see. Craig said, when you're 65 and you'll get your pension, you'll be all set. Yeah, I'll be good. I'll be good. I didn't expect to still be working. Okay, but I'm not complaining. I didn't expect a pandemic to come down. None of us did. Okay. But I've provisioned for the future. Yeah, is there a little bit of friction? Yeah, but so what? I always joke with my friends. They're like, Rosie, you're so damn cheap, right? You're so cheap. Nothing ever changed. You don't ever buy shit around. God damn. Let those famous American faces see the light of day out of your purse and wallet. But then I turn around and ask them, if you had $1 million, do you really think that that would ensure your happiness for the future? In other words, has money ever really made anybody truly happy? When you're laying on your deathbed, do you think that you'll count your fortune? Or do you think you'll relive the memories through your brain and the people that you knew and the relationships that you had with family and loved ones and things like that? There's no price that you can put on that. Okay? And I just think in our society today, it's just that raw pursuit of just money for the sake of money, and as Charlie Sheen famously said in Wall Street, how many yachts do you need, Gordon? How many yachts can you water ski behind, right? How much is enough? How much is enough, right? I mean, that's exactly. Hey, Em, how you doing? The pandemic. The truckers are Bobo Thompson. The truckers are the heroes of the pandemic. And you know what, Thomas Thompson, this is not, hey, Jesse, this is not the first time I've talked about them. Back in March, back in June, when the pandemic's raging, people don't know if they're going to live or die. You know who was still out on the road? Wheels still turning? The damn truckers of this country, keeping the supermarkets full, keeping the gas stations topped up with gas. Still doing it. Keeping the big box stores full of stuff. If you don't think that truckers are the backbone of this country and the backbone, these guys, screw these people that get the Medal of Freedom in the White House. You should have every damn trucker in America lined up on the lawn there at the White House getting the Medal of Freedom for the risks that they took being over the road, truck stops, showers, eating where they can, living like shit on the road to keep the wheels going. What's up, Mark Terry? Right? I mean, you really hit the nail on the head. Craig says, when I was working and I had a project or repair doing the home, where I figured that it was to do a day and how much it's going to cost to pay someone. Yeah, you worked overtime and you learned to try to do it. Try to do it yourself for sure. Twin thing, your husband's a trucker. God bless him. God bless anybody that's over the road. I'm coming up Interstate 5, coming back from Las Vegas. You guys saw that truck fully across the northbound lane of I-5. Scary as hell. Windy conditions with these trailers whipping like snakes behind them. I don't even know how these guys control these things. All right, 60 mile an hour, 80-mile gusts blowing across the Central Valley. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder how many people are going to die today out here. And these guys are just doing it and getting it done on the daily. So you don't think people on my channel will tell you I've talked about truckers through this pandemic from day one, right? They couldn't afford the luxury of stay at home and everything else, and I appreciate that. Hey, Even Star, how are you? Yeah, essential workers are the ones that got us through the pandemic, and then not always the doctors and the nurses, because let's face it, 98% of us are never going to be in a hospital during the pandemic, knock on wood. But yet we're still going to have to go to the grocery store and get groceries. We still need fuel for our cars, right? We still need people that are manufacturing. We still need people that are processing meat. How about the people that were dropping like flies at the packing plants and as we came out of winter and into spring, right? Remember how people were dropping dead in packing plants and getting infected with all that? They couldn't have a downtime. They're essential workers. But all the people at the fast food places, they never missed a beat, right? All of them. All of them. Let's see. Jennifer says my father-in-law had over $1 million. It was well spent on personal trainer, sitters, and later nurse because he had Alzheimer's with TRICARE, Medicare, and long-term. And that million went. Yeah, it will, Jennifer. It will. Yeah. I've had a rig I was driving blown across four legs. Makes you poop your pants. I've seen it, man. I guess that's a roundabout way of saying I got the utmost respect for truckers in this country. Plus the fact when they come into cities and shit, they got to deal with dickheads like on the road here that are doing 90 miles an hour. Screwballs on the road that, crazy motorcycle people weaving in and out, lane cutting, lane splitting and all that. I don't know how these guys do it, right? Don't know how these guys do it. We work for Lexus as a manager, work from 7 in the morning till 7 in the UPS. Yeah, see, well, you had the incentive, you were raised right, Craig. That's for damn sure. How you doing, EJ? I'm doing good. Managers had bets on how many meat packers. That's what I'm saying, Bill Ellis. It's easy to always, so it's always easy to look at the doctors and nurses, but 98% of us aren't going to be in the hospital, okay? All right. But 100% of us need to get groceries and get fuel for our vehicles and ride transportation in subways and buses. I mean, people took a hell of a risk. May not even be over. I'm a little concerned that everybody is like it's a damn like VJ Day, victory over Japan or something. And people are dancing in the streets and starting to throw off their masks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The doctors are of course, the doctors are the heroes. I'm saying that, but that's a given. That goes with the profession. You sacrifice yourself for the patient. That's what you sign on for. When you're a nurse, that's what you know what you're getting into. Okay, and quite a few of them unfortunately passed away in the line of duty. Yes, they are true heroes. But it's the people that aren't going to get the medal. It's the people that aren't going to get the recognition, the gritty day-to-day work of keeping this nation rolling in its darkest hours. Well, they're not the ones that are going to get all the glory, are they? So enjoy your life was no one gets out alive. That's right. So hi Vicky, how are you? Let's see. Hey, how you doing, Waylon? I respect everybody through all the thing that drove me nuts is when cars would stay next to me, go ahead or yeah. I can imagine that. I can imagine that. So I guess I'm saying, I still have that, like I was asked if I would consider being an over the road, a trucker. Yeah, I would consider it. I'd probably be a pretty damn good one. You might get about 8, 9, 10 years out of me before I throw in the towel on that. But you do reach a certain age in life where, sir, I don't want to say mentally doors start to close for you. You're not going to go to medical school, right? You're not going to go to law school. You're not going to run for political office, right? You're not going to start a new career as a manager or something, right? Right? I mean, that's kind of where the point is. I got to stop thinking like a youngster and start thinking realistically about things. But like I say, like many of you, like MJ, how you doing, Tammy? Hi, Darlene. Yeah, farmers too. All those people. Um, that's why I think it's so critical because if you get older and you don't have that self-supporting mechanism, yeah, you might be able to get by on a small bit of something from the government. But as to how life will be, I don't know. I don't know. It makes it a tough situation, and I don't want to be a burden on family, and I don't want to be a burden on government. I think that we owe that to a society. Yes, much respect to the over the road driver. School's not hard for driving a truck. Um, you know, Narce used to be a wonderful friend of mine. I'm not saying we're not friends, but obviously family crap came down with, probably wrecked that friendship for life. But he told me a lot about being a trucker and being on the road. It's not just it's hi watch. It's not just well that's good. High watch started a career at my age. I'm finishing. It's not just the trucking. It's delivering and waiting around for people to unload you, waiting for people to sign off on bills of lading, and going down to these horrific situations where you've got to back up to some shithole inner city hellhole alley to unload your stuff with thugs all around you and things like that. Yeah. There's a lot of things in trucking that they probably don't cover off in trucking school. Pelosi's like 98, huh? I don't know. Don't diss my fellow Baltimorean there, okay? I'm just saying. Look what Baltimore has wrought in history. Everybody from from John Wilkes Booth, thank you, to Pelosi. I don't have anything against Pelosi. I'm joking here. So good, good, good. That's great, High Watch. Good for you. Ran for public office. And won at 61. Good for you. Um, I'm not destined for politics today. I mean, you couldn't pay me to go into politics today, right? It's just too rough and tumble. The ability to compromise has gone out the window. People just don't play well together. Let It Go says, when I see these horrible wrecks on snow-covered highways, it scares me to death. Yeah. When I saw that truck turned over, totally blocking I-5 North, yeah, that was a hell of a view on that highway. And once again, in high winds and things like that, and across the Nevada deserts and the threats of trucks, it's a dangerous, dangerous job. Yeah, Glenda says, I'm 60. I realize that you do have to let it go, some of dreams. Not a bad thing. It's just the way it is, right? I'm not going to roll into medical school. Yeah, I think I would make a fantastic lawyer, okay? But I'm not going to go grind myself through 3 years of law school. I mean, is that really what I want to do? Is, be doing legal briefs and submitting court documents and no, I don't want to be doing that stuff. It's just at a certain age you kind of bury those ambitions. I don't want to start a restaurant. There's just a lot of things that you just reach a certain age and you have to chalk it up to just being impractical to do those kind of things. Are blue crabs in Baltimore delicious? Yes, they are. I think they're the best crabs of all, the blue crabs. Okay, there's a reason that Chesapeake Bay and Maryland are the crab capital of the world. Okay, great, great, great. Throw down a dozen number one Jimmys, the big jobs on the table with some mallets and some cold national beer and some corn on the cob and a little bit of Maryland Eastern fried chicken. And brother, you got yourself a hell of a feast there, Baltimore style. So, thank you, Mark. Long haul trucking is good money. Yeah, things are about to open up again here, and I have no desire to do events at the magnitude. Doing this for 25 years, and it takes a toll. And chef, and I consider you a very wise and a very insightful person and a very humorous person too. In other words, if we're at war, I want you in the trench with me. I won't touch you, I promise. Okay, but with your sense of humor and your sarcasm and your gift for looking at the worst situation and still getting a laugh out of it is a very desirable thing. But this pandemic, I think we're going to see coming up in this year, this pandemic has changed things. We've kind of just thrown the brake on for a year here in a lot of ways. And that year has allowed people to reconfigure the way they spend their time, to reconfigure the way they eat, to reconfigure the idea of leisure time. And it's not clear to me that even though I see Friday and Saturday nights look good on the streets, it's not clear to me that we're just going to immediately bounce back and Vegas is going to be roaring again. And yeah, there might be an initial surge as people feel good, but I worry that this pandemic has and will continue to change a lot of things. You're going to eat your cornbread Monday night. There you go. I challenge Mark Terry to eat a whole pan of cornbread there. So, how you doing, Matt? Change the world. Whatever happened to Owings Mills? I was there returning to the totally different. Just you know, it's just Baltimore City expands, and the light rail lines and the subway just brings a lot of the problems out to the. It just brings urban problems out to the suburbs. That's what happened to Owings Mills. It happened to Columbia, down in Columbia, James Rouse's model city in south of Baltimore, and it's the way it is. Things are going to be permanent. Hey, Leah, I have a lady friend that opened a restaurant last night, and no one showed up. It's there's still going to be a very big. I think the people that have the most money are still going to be reticent to travel and be dining out and things like that. I think it's dumbasses like me that just throw themselves. I traveled right through the pandemic, and knock on wood, didn't have any real problems with that. But I'm a real low roller. I'm close to the ground. They're not going to make a ton of money off of me in the restaurant and liquor trade, but you really have to have the high enders loosen up, and it's really not clear to me that they're doing that. Commercial real estate's already being hammered because the whole dynamic of working in office has been threatened with. Remember early on in the pandemic, woo, the Zoom is being hacked, right? I mean, my God, it's I got People's Liberation Army China people on my Zoom. They got all that shit straightened down. Okay. And they've got work at home like a pretty well oiled machine right now. Okay. So a lot of people, I know JP Morgan Chase Bank has decided they're going to give up two major office buildings in Manhattan. Um, we don't even know the changes from this pandemic are going to be. They're just like ripples that are starting to just move out. Okay, no problem, no problem, Chef. Yeah, tomorrow the storm will be the boss. That'll be it. Well, thank you, Melissa. I did worry for you during that pandemic traveling. Well, thank you, Nicole. Um, I guess I've always believed in the fact I got O negative blood, and the fact that I think I probably caught it in March of 2020 for just a short episode of a little GI upset and everything else. So I felt, and it's not like I was breathing on people. It's not like I was grabbing a girl and hey, let's hit the hotel room or something. I mean, I always maintained a great deal of, tried to maintain a great deal of social distance. And I wasn't one of those people, hey, Goldie, I wasn't a monkey boy. I wasn't one of those people that resisted wearing a mask. Yeah. I told you guys before when I went to Vegas, I was there in March when they told people get the hell out of the hotels. And the next day I was on the road back to the Rancho. Okay. I came back in May just when they thought that they were going to reopen and that just people would flood back to the city. It was just scary as hell. Ghost town at that particular time. Okay. And then I came back in July and people were starting to filter in and the whole damn city changed. It was like the low rollers of LA just came in and just took over the town. And I don't know what the repercussions of that are going to be for the future because rabble rousers like me, we're not paying the big bills. But my point was, when I came back in May, I wore a mask. And at that time, there were still a lot of people that weren't wearing masks, and there wasn't the signs up at the Fremont Street and other places that you needed to wear a mask. And people looked at me like I was some kind of nut for wearing a mask. Yeah. Then I came back in like August or September, and basically everybody was wearing a mask at that particular time. So do I think masking is a benefit? Yeah, but it just shows the cycle of psychology. Now we have Texas, which the 10th of March, Governor Abbott has said that masking in public will no longer be a requirement. I kind of bet it will in a lot of businesses and restaurants and things like that. So I worry about another potential breeding ground for COVID. We just don't know. Hey Marie, how you doing? I heard you on panel. You're a lot of fun too. Marie's got a hell of a laugh on there when she's on panel. How you doing, Ashley? A Simply Wicked. Yeah, so that's just kind of the way I feel about stuff. Is I hope we're not setting ourselves up for the next wave of this crap that comes along. I know we're getting tired of it, but I can't really find a pandemic in history that was less than about 3 years in duration. So we'll see. Yeah, thank you, Ashley. No offense, but it seems some Americans have behaved recklessly through this, from what I've seen. Yeah, I would agree with that. But in America we have this Cheryl, and I don't know if I didn't see it in my Canadian friends. We have this born of revolution, and it's almost like Bobby, right? Nobody, don't tell me what to do, right? Nobody tells me what to do. Of course, in real life, everybody tells Bobby what to do. But there's something about the American experience, particularly when you get down to places like Texas and places like that, that people don't like. Uh, they don't like government really telling them what to do. And I think in quite a few states, that's like South Dakota, we saw Governor Noemi. You don't need the mask. You don't have to, no big deal. Sturgis, come on in and all that. So, did you see the mask burning in Idaho? I didn't see that, but I just, um, it's like I said the other night. We're up here in the northern hemisphere, and down in the southern hemisphere, it's a whole different story. They're still instituting rolling lockdowns in Australia. The virus is coming and gone. Brazil is a basket case. Africa's breeding variants faster than you can. There's a lot of bad shit happening in the world. And we just tend to focus on what's happening here, but we know that with air travel and everything else, that, viruses travel, right? They travel with people. Red Cross has a critical need. Yeah, I guess I'll let them try to puncture me again. They made a pincushion out of me last time. 3 stabs. How you doing, Jody? Well, Cheryl, you can't really associate with the American experience of that. That's my answer to you. To you, it looks like a black and white, cut and dried issue. To other people, it looks like something's infringing on their rights. Now, did Texas pay a price for that? Yeah, they did. Texas was one of the super hot spots of death and hospitalization. All right, but that was that was the choice that people made down there. Now I just hope that they're not setting themselves up for another situation. We're leaving lockdown tomorrow. Stage. It's been a long year or more in lockdown. My back's a lot better. My pinched nerve is good. Yeah. Google mods are deleting. Please don't blame my moderators. Okay. Google is taking out a ton of comments these days. Just be advised. don't go ballistic if you see your comment. Don't automatically assume. I think we had a hangout last night, Cheryl. Maybe the night before. We haven't removed any comments. Nobody's gotten timed out. Um, it's this chat is like a well-oiled machine now. I think people know what the deal is with running. I'm the same. I still have bruises from sticks and yeah. I loved many years. I gave blood, and then I'm subject to deep veins, and I can't. I gave him 3 shots. Can you imagine 3 needles for blood? Ah, man, we missed. Oh shit, got to do. Do you mind if we do it again? No. Oh man, just not getting any flow. Hold on a minute. Let's bring the best bloodsucker of all over. He's like, look, I hate to ask you. You got O negative. You're a universal donor. If they got to grab something quick, they're gonna grab your blood. How exciting, right? Do you mind if we try the other arm? Finally, at the end, it's like I don't have the heart to try it again. We're just gonna send you home. I mean, I enjoy giving blood because I think it's also good to you can get iron, ferritin build up, and if you eat a lot of meats and things, you can get too iron rich, and it's good to take that down once in a while, I think. So, Wicked says my Wi-Fi has been out. So, tomorrow into the storm of the boss, and it's honestly, it's not something I can. The only thing I know is at the end of it, it's going to turn out great. We got the hardest part of this project is to redo this big ass staircase with laminate on top of it, and it's going to take a lot of precision work, and we'll probably chew through material. I know at the end it'll look nice, it'll be done, it'll be safe, but it's a very daunting proposition, and all I can think about is just the boss exploding. What time is it? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, right? It's going to be a hell of a week coming up, guys. I'm going to be putting it in gear for the boss at Janet's house tomorrow. On the upside, I don't have to worry about feeding myself for the next week. On the downside, yeah, it should be a thrill a minute down there. Let's see. Trisha G said, I saw a video today about the censorship. Hey, James, how you doing? Just a NorCal dude. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, and please hit please hit that thumbs up. Trisha says, I saw a video today about the censorship. There are now 33,000 words on a list that will remove a statement from all forms of social, be part of the law about truth and reporting. There's only 80,000 words in the English language, so you're talking about 40% of the words are going to be removed in the English language. Vanna, could I buy a vowel, please? Right. Yeah, won't dare delete Janet's comments. So Janet is going to be she'll be my buffer zone. She protects me. She saw me in meltdown mode there last time, but we get it done, and I love working with the boss, and we work as a good team. But we're both kind of alpha in a lot of ways, and sometimes that leads to a lot of clashes and things like that. But you know what trumps it all? The boss is paying for the material. and it's his house. Woo! I have my knee protectors. I'm going to still wear my blown out sweatpants. I don't care what the boss says. It is what it is. He can hoot and holler and hang from the chandelier. I like to work in my t-shirt and my blown out sweat. So that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Yeah, Janet does rock. So you'll see her on video. We'll update you on what's been done down there. A little bit of a day. We'll kind of showcase that. So it's nice to help somebody achieve their dream retirement crib. You know what I mean? To have something nice that they just feel great about, and that's what made me look at my own place here. I haven't been following the Cal City Boys. Yeah, the person that pays. Hi, Lulu. The person that pays has the last word, right? Yeah, just hide the wooden spoon. So I don't think I'll be assaulted at all. But I'm gonna ask the boss. Still healing on that. Please don't come up and blow an air horn behind me. Okay. And yeah, let's be supportive of it. He was actually pretty cool about the stuff last time. Yep, I need to be comfy. We are not doing laminate. What the hell does that? What am I coming down for? Huh? We're not doing laminate. What are we doing? What are we doing? What am I doing? Your garden, or what the hell am I? Am I the hired house girl, or what the hell are we doing down there? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I thought we are gonna be hitting an air horn. He came up right behind me and blew the damn air horn right behind my. Yeah, aren't I lucky? So damn loud. I'm on cleanup or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll get molding and maybe on the steps. So we'll figure it out. If you want me to hold off a day, I can, Janet. But I think it's probably time for me to reappear down there. Yeah, the boss does love me. Yeah, the boss does absolutely love me, and I love the boss and Janet. The boss would catch a bullet for me. There's no doubt in my mind that he would. And as much as sometimes I'd like to wring his turkey neck, you couldn't have a greater friend in the world than the boss and the Janet. See, Jamie, that has nothing to do with anything on here, so I know that you're just trolling tonight, but we'll let you go. Loud noises trigger me. I don't mind cleanup and all that stuff. We've got some engineering to do on the steps anyway before we even put laminate down. So, let's see. Yeah, Jen, I'm gonna try. Okay, Nicole. Sorry your head is killing you. Good to see you. I'm always very honored when you come into the chat. Always awesome to see you. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I just typed Ranger's other name and it got deleted. Either the animal or the. Wow. Yeah, I keep the boss on his tongue. Monkey must be one of the. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys, a lot of stuff's coming down on YouTube now. A lot of there's a lot of glitches right now, and I just got caught in a glitch on March 1st, all right, which didn't really surprise me given the state of what's happened the last 2 years. But just be aware in the chat about what you're typing. I don't know, it might need some fixing. I told you guys that the chief executive of YouTube, Sujin Wojcicki, came out in December with her letter and said they're gonna start addressing live streams and what happens in chat live streams. And I'm sure they've had hundreds of software engineers developing algorithms to automatically sift through what goes through in such. I think we decided to not to do the stare. Okay. So maybe I should hold off coming down then, Janet, until maybe I should hold off then, huh? Just let me know or text me. So Google's deleting the silliest of things. I think it needs some adjustment. You're fine, Jamie Davis. I'm not booting your timing yet. Mercury's in retrograde, making glitches in mail and community. Yeah. I always get caught in a glitch, but at least I'm used to it. You might have to, Monkey Boy. You might have to change it to Ranger, right? Ranger might be a nice. It didn't get deleted. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If at all, I'm going to try to make it out to Vegas, so I would love to meet up. Uh, I don't know. I'm sorry. Nightbot just took you out. You just got timed out for 5 seconds, Chef. If we could meet up in April, that would be great. The whole world is nuts right now. Geez, I need to hike. Yeah. How you like the chat now? How do you like the new and improved YouTube? I'll tell you. Okay, that's fine, Janet. I'm going to tell you, I'll be down tomorrow. I'm going to tell you guys what. Wow, it's going to be. I think their goal is to have just one person working behind the curtain in YouTube, and everything else is just AI, right? It's just like nothing gets a human review. They'll take your stream. They'll take your stream down midstream. We've removed your content because we believe it violates YouTube's terms and conditions, but we're not issuing you a strike, blah, 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 because you know that's an AI takedown and they don't have the confidence that it would stand up on a review and all that. So, uh, do you mind if I call you Ranger? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they are not, they're trying to do too many things at one time. But one of their goals was to address live streams and bullying and harassment and things like that. And they did, they did say that they now have a cooperative with government, with regulating agencies and enforcement agencies for 2021. So whatever the hell that means. How much per night is a cheap motel in Vegas? 40 bucks a night, something like that. AI is taking plant electrodes in our brain. I'll be a love doll yet. Let me love you long time. Google goes crazy when I logged into my own account. They are, Chef. Nightbot took you out. Just like you put in, or worse than that, Nightbot put you in timeout for 5 seconds, which is not funny for you, but it's funny for me to see. Okay, EJ, thank you. Have a good evening. Yeah, that's the vaccine, you know. Yeah, I'm going to be a love doll yet, right? Fully loaded for action. Yes, I am. Insane and crazy. Yeah, stations is nice, but I like to be where the action is. You know, if you stay at Palace Station or Texas Station, Main Street Station is okay, but they're still closed. And Boulder Station, man, but I like to be down. I like to be where the action is, right? I like to be Santa Rosa Panthers. Yes, I did a very requested video. I'm going to be releasing that tomorrow. I'm going to put a lot of work into that today. So we shall see. Make me smile. I needed that. No, no problem at all. So let's get on to the creeper. Now, the more I thought about it last night, the more I feel fully sure that somebody was just following me. I don't think in a menacing way, but in a curious way last night, if you saw my morning video, because I was thinking about that all night, sleeping and tossing and turning and trying to review back to stream. And you don't always see everything I see on the stream, okay? You see about a 110-degree view. All right. Meanwhile, I'm seeing 180 degrees out to all sides and things like that. And I'm going back and I'm kind of reliving in my mind some of the events of last night. And finally, I had to conclude that, yeah, I did see that gold, like champagne colored Buick. Not only in Petaluma, but up in Santa Rosa too. Now, did I get the idea that the person was following directly behind me? No. But it's not that big a deal to see my live stream and to see where I'm going. Okay, not that big a deal. So you're very easy when you're streaming in real time. It's very easy to pick up where you're going and what's going on. But I like to think that it was. I like to think it was curiosity. I don't like to think that I've done anything that would trigger anybody to come out and want to personally assault me or do some physical harm to me. I just think that you reach a point on YouTube that, especially in your hometown or in your county, where you kind of get well enough known that it's not unusual to be called out on the streets or, hey, I know you, and stuff like that. And that does tend to breed, does tend to instill some curiosity in people, because you're as close to, quote, a celebrity, and I hate to use that word, but somebody that has a presence on social media. And you become a kind of an object of curiosity, and maybe it's fun to just tag along and kind of just shadow somebody and just see what they do. Beautiful Panthers t-shirt. Well, thank you. I've had this for quite a while. I was a little too chunky to fit into it for a while, but it fits good. And I always wear this when I'm doing my vintage audio videos and things like that. Yep, Gemini. Somebody could definitely be obsessed. James, would you say obsessed? I veer on the side of being curious because everybody knows where I live. That's not a big deal. And I've had people come by and take pictures and send them to me in the mail. Just checking you out, Rosie. And, and that kind of thing. That kind of goes with the. That kind of goes with the territory. We've been stream sniped here on the Rancho before and stuff like that. But for somebody to be out on the road and do that. I just have to think it was just a local person that was a little curious about maybe seeing what a live streamer does and following people around. It was probably FBI seeing if you were probed by aliens last time you're in Vegas. You think I'm not lucky? God, I haven't probed something in a long time. I'm just saying, ladies. Okay. Tomorrow morning's upload is gonna do is romance done for the Rosie girl. That's it. Get myself in tip-top physical condition, and bam. Sorry, the betting window is closed. No more bets. That's it. How you doing, Donnie? Doing make a left. I'm very busy, but dropping in, showing support. Thank you, Donnie. Uh, let's see. Cheryl said, I don't feel like following for the purpose of wanting to cause harm. You don't normally do. I don't attract that kind of person from YouTube, but I do attract the people that do. Like, I'm an approachable person, right? In other words, I'm on YouTube, and like if I saw somebody like me on YouTube and they were kind of in my town or whatever, or they're traveling where I am, I wouldn't hesitate to just pop out on the street and, hey, Rosie, blah, 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 blah. Because I'm not going to have a real negative reaction. I'm happy to, thank God the stream snipes have been positive in nature. They've not been, except for Mr. Dirty. And even that was pretty good. I'm just saying, you just don't know. Stalkers can be very dangerous. Yeah. So, but, yeah, I don't think, well, MJ, there was, I've had some bad times, and I've been a point of I've been a point of controversy sometimes on YouTube, and sometimes I've definitely been on the wrong side of popular opinion. Okay, it's not that unusual place for me to be, because I am an independent thinker, and sometimes I reach conclusions that don't roll with the masses. And then that was that particular time. Uh, but that all resolved itself pretty good. So, yeah, I'm a people person. I'm not shy at all. There's not, well, you already know there's not a shy bone in my body, literally. So I don't mind that. But I think last night was starting to push the envelope of, if somebody's going to follow you, and this is somebody that I think I saw at the 7-Eleven. This is somebody I think I saw a little past, between Midtown and the Hotel Petaluma there. When I really think back and think about it, and then again in the parking lot, when I was getting before the big downpour hit. And I had to conclude that number one, Buick LaCrosses or whatever the hell they're called, they're not that common a vehicle. All right, they're pretty unusual by their design, and the color is a bit unusual too. And I finally had to conclude that yeah, somebody was kind of following me last night, but probably not in a real nefarious kind of way. Probably more curiosity about YouTube and being a live streamer and things like that. So, let's see. I rose me, Vern. Nice to see you, Vern. You placed your bet after the hand was waved. Maybe at the dealer 80 a bit slower. That way the snipe calls won't be happen in front of mine. I've already, when the detective came and they took D away here. The guy was really cool. They came down and, I'd already talked about, he already knew about the prior event that had happened in January of 2018. That's now resulting in these guys, their sentencing has been postponed till April. But I pursued that. I pursued that thing. And the cops here, they knew about it. They knew about it. And when he came back, I guess it was June or something like that, the detective came down and I was talking to him about that. And he asked me, do you ever have any problems? I think I heard you had a problem back in 2018 or something like that. And I said, well, you know what I did? I went up to the police station there and I registered up over there. So they're pretty much aware. And the detective's like, yeah, I really enjoy, a lot of us really enjoy watching your YouTube live streams walking around town. It's like, holy shit. Well, yeah, I guess it's a Buick Rendezvous. Is there one called the LaCrosse? I don't know. I don't know. But Bill Ellis, at that time, in that moment, in that night, you're not really connecting all the dots together, right? It's only when your subconscious mind starts to work on it. And I remember by the time, did I, Cheryl, or did I not? By the time I got up to outside of Nordstrom's or whatever to start eating my hamburger, did I not mention that I had the feeling that I'd seen this car before that was on the parking lot? But at that time, all of a sudden we had a torrential rain and typhoon, a tornado just hit the area here. So it just got locked out of my Black Death. Long time. Yeah, how you been? Wow, Black Death returns. LaCrosse is a sedan. Well, it must have been the, I don't know what the hell it was then. I thought it was the LaCrosse. It might have been the other one. I don't know what the hell it is. It's good to have. Yeah, I think more and more police departments are aware of these days. So, okay, the LaCrosse is a sedan. Yeah, I mentioned it, and I don't. And Cheryl, can you ever remember, Cheryl, in all of my years of chooching, of which you've been here, many of them, can you ever recall me uh, ever saying to the chat that I have a feeling like I'm being followed? I'm not talking about walking down the street and here comes the creeper, that that wants to come up and try to make time with you, but I'm talking about cars and vehicles. Hey, McDave. Maybe we need a small rear-facing cam and a little rascal to record. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Hey, Glitter, how are you? But I don't think I've ever had a situation last night. It was a gold. I remember seeing like I remember just noticing like it was a Buick or something like that. But Buick is like bigger across the back than the than the model, right? Model's usually a little bit smaller on there. So yeah, thank you, Black Death. Yeah, like a blue Buick Rendezvous or something like that. So yeah, you haven't vocalized that feeling while driving before that I can remember. Yes, it was an unusual situation last night. And I guess that's what kind of had me a little on edge when the storm hit, and I kind of lost my mind a little bit the last hour of that stream because I had this thing was starting to. Geez, I wonder if this guy's following me now, and here I'm in a torrential rain, and this. I don't drive well when the pressure's on, and I think I might be in a potentially hazardous situation. I'm not at my best, right? I mean, I wasn't verbalizing that to the chat, but that thought is in my head. I wonder if this guy's still, going to follow me around or follow me home or whatever. So, no, I don't usually get scared. Buick is written quite, yeah, Buicks tend to be really big across the back of their vehicles. Yeah, Buick. It tends to be pretty damn big letters on the back. So it's not very understated in that regard. So, but everything turned out okay, right? I mean, I'm just gonna chalk it up to a curious person. I did. Sarah reached out to me, and I did thank her in the morning stream, and she was appreciative of that today, and what a doll she was to come up and stream snipe me last night. And that's the best you can hope for in stream snipes is kind people like that. Yeah, we're almost to 100 thumbs. If you get them to follow you to gas station, CCTV will get the nice license for the plate. Yeah, man, I don't like it when it rains because in California, I don't know what it is. We don't have those cat's eyes between the lanes, right? And literally in this town and in Detroit, the light bulbs they used in the lamps, I don't know whether it was to economize or seemed like a 10 watt. You couldn't see shit. And if you look at my Detroit rolling into Detroit, I'm rolling in a damn thunderstorm, big ass storm, right? And I'm trying to navigate out the Detroit road system at nighttime and 10 watt bulbs. Well, here they don't have cat's eyes between the lanes, which is a real problem for that. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, you got to trust your intuition. Exactly. Yeah, Sonoma calendar. Well, I'll be putting my calendar together for 2022, and I'll probably be putting the call out. I may have a competition and a prize. I don't like contests or problems on YouTube. A lot of people get in problems, but there's nothing wrong with having a competition. Maybe get some people to freelance some designs for some merch or something like that. I'm getting overwhelming demand for people asking me about merch. Not immediately, but probably to be introduced by summer. So let's set something up on that. Jennifer said, I love that you're keenly aware of your surrounding, you're attentive of your instincts. I'm telling you, Jennifer, and it comes from number one, growing up in Baltimore and being acutely aware of this 180 degrees. Oops, somebody's moving at a rapid rate of speed on the left there. Don't immediately turn and look at them. Just make a movement to see if you're the target of it, right? Or chooching on the streets in bad areas and things like that. You better be damn acutely aware of your surroundings. Very easy for somebody to jump out with a blackjack or something and knock you in the head, knock you in the skull, and pull you into an alley or something like that. Uh, I was scared for some reason. Interesting. Wanted my leather coat, huh? Interesting. Yeah. So I think I'll probably because I got no skills. That was part of my mail call. People been asking me. I don't have any design skills. You want something that looks like a damn Thanksgiving turkey a kindergartner does. Maybe you want that on your. Or maybe you want that turkey for sale, right? Be a good talking piece for your breakfast table. Hey, sure. What the hell is that? Just don't ask. It's a long ass story. Oh no, God, God bless. Let's take a moment for a couple. Let's take a couple moments for some thoughts and prayers here. My wonderful moderator, Missy, her dad has been battling severe health problems for years, in and out of the hospital constantly. And Missy's about the most devoted daughter that you could ever have on planet Earth, and she has ridden through the gates of hell with her dad. And I've just been informed, unfortunately, that her dad has now contracted COVID-19. So please, his name is Larry, please remember Missy's dad in your prayers, please, as he now battles, besides his other health situation, COVID-19. Number two, a long-standing member, OG member of the Boyd community, Boris here. You know him as Cataract Killers. He had to have emergency surgery, and he's had a very rough road on his recovery, to the point where flip a coin whether he's going to make it out or not. He's been, like him or not, he speaks his mind and puts it out there. Okay, this is a guy that definitely he'll keep your shit high and tight. I mean, he will put his opinions out there. Sometimes we've wrangled a little bit in the past, not in a serious way, but it did my heart good to see. I wasn't around when the streams were on, but his recovery seems to be going well. He seems to be of good spirit, so please keep him in your thoughts and prayers too. No, not Missy Jen. Missy, AKA here. Missy, AKA CBL down there. My long-standing moderator here. Yeah, that's good. Joey D says, I have the same sense of awareness from growing up where I did. Yeah, you seem like uh, a very sharp person, Joe. Very, very sharp person. So, yeah, good vibes for Boris. Continued best wishes on your recovery from my chat. Missy has not my Missy. She's got her own battles, but my other moderator, Missy, and she has been locked at her dad's side every step of the way. Sometimes she'll disappear for a week or two and we don't see her. And I know this stuff is going on in her life. I love her to pieces. She's cute as a button. And, she's definitely going to continue, and Larry to be in my thoughts and prayers. So it's a lot of stuff going on. And please, I am a praying person. I do say prayers and things. Some people, oh, Rosie, that's a waste of time to pray. It's not been ever proven to me that it's a waste of time. Nobody's ever conclusively proven to me that prayers don't get answered. So I guess, as I told him, I guess I'll stop praying the day that you can conclusively prove to me that prayers are a waste. Until the such time, okay. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you're not going to be able to, Missy. You're in the same damn confrontation, same problem that I had with my father's situation last month. But pandemic times, there's not much that we can do. Okay, and it's a terrible situation. She is an amazing daughter, And she's demonstrated that to me over at least 2 years. Yeah, she's tough. She's an ass kicker. Okay, she's capable of some hijinks, but this girl is 100% total and complete heart from bottom to top. Yes, I do too, Jody. I do too. It's going to be a tough fight on top of can. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, Missy's funny as hell too. Yeah. Cyanide cupcake. Yeah. Cyanide cupcake's always. What can I say about cyanide cupcake? The only thing I can share with you about cyanide cupcake, guys, is that cyanide cupcake does not live a dull life. Okay. I'm not saying she's, you know, Agent 86 from Maxwell Smart, right? I'm not saying she's in the employ of British intelligence on that scale. But let's just say our cyanide cupcake is a woman of mystery and intrigue. Okay? I'll leave, I'll leave it at that, right? I'll leave it at that. So for all of us, we have to be careful. I hope that people can, yeah, she's a beautiful gal. Missy's a beautiful gal. Okay, all of my Scottish. I don't know if I've ever seen Jen. I think Jen's a lovely gal too. Missy thoughts and prayers. Yeah. So let's keep that going, and Missy, please keep us updated on his situation. A lot of us feel like extended family to you, and we do care. We care a lot. Hello, Joe Kane. How are you? Um, Joe Kane's recovering with his Steve Irwin moment down there, Australia. Joe Kane, the good thing is you're having a better outcome than Steve Irwin did. Good night, Elmer. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, there's some really creepy wildlife down in Australia. I'm surprised, Joe Kane, that when you went out metal detecting way out in the outback, and I can't remember in looking at the when Jen and I looked at the DVDs of your adventures, which I may rewatch them again, that I never really heard you mention any encounters, and you were kind of camping out there in the trailer and stuff. I never remember you talking about any negative encounters that you had with wildlife. So dangerous things down there. Yeah, I kind of picked up on a few things when we were chatting. She's in a very precarious situation. She is. Um, this is going to sound awful, but Cheryl will tell you this is true, and Missy and Jen, maybe not so much Cheryl. I don't know, but I don't really want to know about people's personal lives too much. Sometimes the less you know, the better. So Cyanide Cupcake will share some of her life with me, and I don't always think I give the deepest responses to that. But it does not mean that I don't care and think about it a lot. So, Rosie, you got to look out for the bunyip down here. Don't forget your thermos tomorrow to bring to the boss and Janet's house. Yeah, let me grab that now. Grab that thermos. Woo, there it is. There it is. Look at that. How you like that? Rosie. So I'm gonna sit that over there. So remember to take that bad boy tomorrow. Little coffee on the job site. Yeah, Tat. I don't want to. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I like that bit of privacy in there. I like to respect that, and I don't. Sometimes I don't know what to say to people, you know. So bunyip, bunyip, bunyip. Not because we don't trust, but because it's YouTube and all must be careful. Exactly. um, the Wisdom of Unattachment, good read. You can love with it. Yeah, exactly. You can care about people. You know, when somebody's 2,200 miles away, you're kind of limited in what you can do. Yeah, Cheryl knows that. Yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah, so tough news. Guess what? The slice of life is finally reopening. Wow, Lala. Oh, that's going to be awesome. That's like my favorite vegetarian place on planet Earth. That's where they really originated the idea in America, vegetarian eating, 1974, right? The slice of life. I'm excited about that because I honestly wondered if they were ever going to open again. I really wondered. So that gives me another reason to go out to Sebastopol, guys, and do some chooching out again in Sebastopol. That's going to be exciting. All right, that's going to be great, great, great. Get involved, get involved, get involved. Now, got a little more editing to do on this video. I'm going to try to turn my attention to we're not going to abandon live streams, but you're going to see a definite increase in video content coming up across this and the other, the Murphy channel here, just to give you guys a head up. When the big bunny gets you, it's curtains, girl. I hear you, Joe. But I'm glad that that restaurant is opening again, and continued good recovery for Joe Kane. I want to say something about Joe Kane, but I don't want to trigger him tonight. Joe doesn't take Joe is the consummate, what I call a really tough. I don't want to say hard-boiled Aussie, but the traditional tough, gritty Aussie that you think about when you think of Australia and settling the rugged country and all that. And those kind of people, they like to just keep shit on the down low and all that. I was just going to say, Joe's a very rugged, seems to be a very healthy guy. So he could probably stop bullets. I don't know. So I wish he'd go back to Madrona Manor. Uh, I think we went there for Halloween time, didn't we? And the damn place was just shit. I'm walking around a mansion. I'm the only damn person around. I'm walking in the outdoor dining area and all that. Um, that's a spooky ass place, right? But that's a good idea. No, Rusty, I just had a diet 7 Up. I think going out to Madrona Manor could be another pretty good chooch because that was really an epic stream. It's not often you're going to go to a enormous mansion that nobody's around, right? The lights are on, and it's just weird. Just weird. Madrona Manor. Don't forget. Yeah, thumbs up. We're over 100. You make people happy. Just fun to listen. Oh, well, thank you, Rusty. No, I don't know, Joe Kane. I mean, I know you're like the boss. I know, Joe Kane, that you are exactly the same. You're cut from the same cloth as the boss. Number one, you don't talk a lot, and number two, you're tough. Okay, and very alpha. I kind of get that idea, but that's good. They're the kind of people. They're the kind of people that you definitely want in your corner when the shit gets tough. They're the kind of people you want in your corner. Uh, yeah. Is Wicked leaving? Who's leaving? Glitter, are you leaving, hon? You leaving? Have a good night. She retracted that message. I didn't see that thing. Is Google taking any more comments at? Or are we good? Are we good? Has Google done any more goofing around with that? Let me see. I don't know if they've done it or not. Your storm hit Vallejo. Catherine, wasn't that a storm? They were kind of laughing at me. Good night, Sherry. They were kind of laughing at me, right? Last night that I was being a bit of a pussy, right? But that storm was brutal. You were right about people driving crazy. Highway deaths were up 8% last year. 48,000 people lost their lives. And you know what's weird about that, Lisa? Is that there was considerably less traffic on the road. And with less traffic on the road came the need for speed. And that's what drove it. Oh, you're staying okay? We've been okay for a bit. Let me apologize also to any of you. Google is obviously, you guys know if you frequent some of the chats, which I'll listen to them. I rarely will appear in side chat, but I do listen to the chats. And you'll hear more and more people in more and more streams talking about how Google AI moderators are taking out more and more comments. So I think that's a trend that you're going to see continue. I see a lot of rain all the time, so yes, we're poking fun of it. I don't, it's been a very dry. What's up, Al? It's been a very dry winter, relatively speaking. I don't know what the future holds. Hey, Timothy, how are you? It was like a tornado last night. It was violent. I was driving through water that was, 2 inches deep on the. I mean, it was scary to me. I don't do well on rainy roads. That's like the worst. Do you have corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day? I do. I love it. I like I like corned beef, cabbage, and boiled potatoes on St. Patty's Day. I like a pretty spicy corned beef. So yeah, yeah. Me and the boss. I think you and the boss would get along great. You're both very alpha people, Joe Kane, but you're the kind of people that when the shit hits the fan or something happens, that you're going to be there full force right to the last, right to the last breath, right there. You like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like, and I like that. So, Lisa, don't even ask about the money, but March 1st is predictable as Christmas comes on the 25th. I've been re-glitched by YouTube again. I heard back from them yesterday. They, blah, 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 due to the pandemic. It may be addressed in a few days. It may take several weeks. We're short-staffed. We know what the problem is. But if it doesn't get resolved in 30 days, just to reapply for monetization. So don't worry about it. Give your wallet a rest for for the month of March. Okay, give yourself, yeah. I don't even care anymore. Okay, if people really want to send something, they can pop it over to PayPal. But I'm not one to sit and bang the drum here. I mean, it does come up periodically by Nightbot once every half hour or so on there. So, but it's uh, in a pandemic. How upset can I be? Right, the fact that they're still communicating with me is wonderful. So I have to have a lot of uh, I got to have a lot of forbearance. A lot of things are very slow with YouTube right now, and it's just the nature. I know I go through a lot of stuff on on YouTube. But notice how cool I am now. Notice how easygoing and happy and carefree. Right? Because I know at the end of the day, everything will resolve and it'll be fine. Don't worry about it, Lisa. Don't worry about it. I'm still happy. All right. All right. And plus, I've stuffed a lot of work hours in the last week, so I'm in a good situation. So they should be ashamed. I'll get a pay. Lisa, you don't have to worry about it, honey. Let's you and I will take off the month of March. But anybody that does care to support the channel, there is the PayPal. Your people know me by now. Your confidentiality with me is better than Fort Knox. I'm known as the person. Somebody called me a vault for the reason but it's not important. I like the boss, Mr. Z and Bunky Boy a lot. They're very solid people, aren't they? Choose your battles. Yeah, it'll be rectified. We don't have to worry about it. It'll be okay. And if people want to support, it's not a requirement. I'm never going to have memberships on the channel. I'm never going to have a Patreon on the channel. It's always going to be a flat channel here. So people don't have to be trained here all the time and be told to do this and do that, or I need to buy this, or I need to buy that. Buy the damn thing yourself, okay? It's the way I feel about it. All right? Not a big deal with this, not a big deal at this moment in time. I'm so used to it. Hell, I turned my monetization off from early January through mid-February anyway, because I got that big jackpot in Vegas. It would have felt unethical to just wouldn't have set right with me to have that on. Oh, Lisa, you do plenty to support me, honey. You do plenty. Hey, James, how are you? I've got a lot of people that are excellent supporters for me. So, but never going to ask anybody to buy anything for me. I mean, I will eventually get some merch out there. It'll be very limited edition stuff. I just want it to be kind of one-off things. I think we might do a mug, one for 2021 limited edition, and then 22. They might not be the cheapest thing in the world, but it'd be fun to have some limited edition merch out there. So, love that sideboard. That is actually a stereo console, a 1961 Motorola 21 tube stereo console there. The boss and Rosie opens the boss up. He's kind of quiet. Yeah, I get the boss laughing. I lost. Oh no, you lost your butt at bingo. All right, take care, Amanda. Love is a four-letter word for sale at your local Walmart. God, what am I doing wrong? Where's my squeeze tonight? Where's my girl? Right? Hey, Brown Bear, long time no see, honey. Would you do stickers? I don't think I would do stickers. I think I would do a hat, a mug, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a tank top, a spaghetti top, something like that. Something like that. I don't want to have leggings. I don't want to have a whole shamir. How you doing, Nasira? Nice to see you. So it is a nice unit. It's got some problems right now, but there's only so many hours in a day. So nice to see you, Nasira. So that's the update on that. So I'm not really anticipating till early to mid-April. Maybe maybe it'll be straightened out tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe it'll be mid-April. I don't know. But we can't sweat stuff that we can't control. We can't be here like crybabies. Yeah, and I get my super chat, blah blah blah. Whatever. So yeah, that's great, Bill Ellis. Like a rosy water bottle and wash your hands, right? Growing up, I mean, hell, I thought everybody called water, and wash, right? washing machine. Would you do stickers? Yeah. So, um, yeah, we'll see. Um, Guys, it's been about an hour and a half or so. I'm doing good. I'm sorry, Nasir. I'm just on my way out. I think tonight. I got a few more things I have this video I've uploaded that I need to tag and properly credit the music on it. There'll be a lot more content videos coming up in the future. I don't want to say I want to slack back on live streams. I still want to do the daily streams and things like that. And I keep saying I want to pick up more on the other channel, but I definitely want to do more recorded content too, coming up, and get back in the saddle of pursuing some quality uploads and some quality content. So. In the meantime, just a token thank you. Very nice to meet you, Tammy. Thank you very much for being here tonight. It's always an honor to see you, my love. And Cheryl S., thank you as usual. Prayers for Missy. Thank you, Jacob. Thinking of a t-shirt as Rosie the Riveter. Yeah. I think we'll have a Space Girl motif. That could be kind of, we'll have a Space Girl one and maybe a few other. We'll do a few things, but I need somebody that has some artistic graphic talent that can explore their creativity, and I'm willing to reward for that. To maybe make a bit of a contest out of that. So we shall see. In the meantime, thank you, Jody, my official YouTube thumbnailographer here. Always good to see you. We did not see Quirky Girl, our official mascot for the channel. I hope that she is okay. Prayers for Boris Cataract Killers here. He is doing some live streams and things. Boris, all the best. Please get healthy and return to health as soon as possible. You're a young guy. You still got a lot of living to do ahead of you. And for Missy's dad, too. Charlotte, always pleasure to see you. Cheryl, Cheryl, thank you, Cheryl, for reaching out to me today and giving me a chance to respond to you. That's the way that things should work in the world, and I really, really appreciate it. Joe Kane, be safe. Continued recovery to you. It's one badass guy down there in Australia, I will tell you. So, yeah, I'd like to do some riveting, I'll tell you that. So, thanks, Jennifer N., for popping by. You guys have a great night, and I'd love to sketch. Maybe I'll send you some doodles of you sketching. What I need is really formal sort of, and we'll get into that within probably April. We'll open it up for some design stuff, and I'm looking for people that really, uh, I want some, uh, I want to have a couple different designs. Space Girl's been, and the chooching, and then just a straight Rosie O'Kelly, something like that, fun for the channel. I wanted, I don't want to just go hog wild with leggings and socks and jock straps and G strings and all that kind of stuff. Okay. I'm not quite sure that, how it'll all be handled, but if you know anybody that's a graphic designer and would like to do some of that merch, that would be great. So, in the meantime, yeah, not that, Cheryl. In the meantime, Joey D, continued recovery for you. Thoughts and prayers also for Joey D. He's in rehab now after snapping a wing, and he's another really tough cookie, but one of the most beautiful people on planet Earth. I can only draw, yeah, nipple covers and things like that. Yeah, OnlyFans will be coming. I don't know when that will be coming. Don't get expectations real high. It's not going to be free for all. It's not going to be a porn site. So just to give you an FYI on that, it'll be teas and things like that, and it'll be some fun. But Yeah, so a lot of good stuff to look forward to. I think I'll be doing like baking live streams and doing some live streams over there once in a while too. So thank you everybody. Have a wonderful night. Stay blessed. Stay masked, and yeah, keep smiling. See you tomorrow.